Hi guys, let's look at the next question of exercise 8b, which is remainder and factor theorem. So it says the given expression leaves a remainder 0 when divided by x plus 1 and leaves a remainder 30 when divided by 2x minus 3. We need to find the value of b and c, and then we need to factorize it completely. Okay, so f of x is given equal to 4x cubed minus bx squared plus x minus c. Right, using factor theorem, what we have, since remainder is 0, which means we are using factor theorem, x plus 1 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to negative 1. So let's find the value of the expression when x is equal to negative 1, which is basically 0 because the remainder is 0. That's 4 multiplied with negative 1 cube, not plus, minus b multiplied with negative 1 square minus 1 minus c. That gives us negative 4 minus b minus 1 minus c is equal to 0, which means if I take negative b and negative c on this side, that's b plus c is equal to negative 5. That's our first equation. Now let's try for the second one what we get, where the remainder is 30. Okay, so the remainder is 30, which means 2x minus 3 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 3 by 2. Since the remainder is 30, which means the value of the expression when x is equal to 3 by 2 is equal to 30. Let's put the value. So what we have is 4 multiplied with 3 by 2 cube minus b multiplied with 3 by 2 square plus 3 by 2 minus c is equal to 30. Let's take the let's open the bracket first. So that will be 4 multiplied with 27 upon 8 minus 9 multiplied with b upon 4 plus 3 by 2 minus c is equal to 30. That's 4, 1, 4, 2. Let's take the LCM. The LCM of 2, 4, 2, that's 4. So I'll have to multiply 27 with 2. That gives me 54. This is negative 9b. I'll have to multiply this with 2. This gives me 6. And I'll have to multiply c with 4. That's negative 4c is equal to 30. This gives me 54 plus 6. That's 60 minus 9b minus 4c is equal to 30 into 4. That's 120. Let's take 9b and 4c on the other side. So what I get is 9b plus 4c is equal to 60 minus 120. That's negative 60. Yes, 60 minus 120, that's negative 60. So that's our second equation. Now let's solve these two equations simultaneously. I have b plus c and I have 9b plus 4c. Let's multiply first equation with 9. We'll be able to equate the coefficients of b. So we have 9b plus 9c is equal to negative 45 and 9b plus 4c is equal to negative 60. Let's subtract. This is minus minus, this becomes plus. 9b minus 9b gets cancelled. 9b minus 4c, that gives me 5c. Negative 45 plus 60, that gives me plus 15, which means c is equal to 3. Now put c is equal to 3 in equation 1, and we have b plus 3 is equal to negative 5, which means b is equal to negative 8. So we've been able to figure out the value of b and c. B and c is 3, or rather negative 8 and 3 respectively. Now we need to factorize the expression, which means our expression becomes fx is equal to 4x cubed minus bx square. B is minus 8, which means plus 8x square minus, or rather plus x, which is plus x, minus c, which is minus 3. So we already know that x plus 1 is a factor because it leaves a remainder of 0. So let's divide this given expression by x plus 1. So x plus 1, and we have 4x cubed plus 8x square plus x minus 3. This gives me 4x square, that is 4x cubed plus 4x square. This gets cancelled. So this is 0 and this is 4x square plus x minus 3. I multiply this with 4x. This gives me 4x square plus 4x. Negative sign changes. X minus 4x, that's negative 3x minus 3 multiplied with negative 3 That gives me negative 3x minus 3, which is 0. Which means I need to factorize 4x square plus 4x minus 3 even more. I have no space left, so maybe I will have to erase the first part of the question that I wrote. Okay, so this is what I'll erase. Quite a long question. Good, so let's move on. So I need to factorize 4x square plus 4x minus 3. I need to find factors of negative 3 into 4, that's negative 12, the sum of which should be plus 4, which means 4x square minus 2x plus 6x. Yes, 6 into 2, that's negative 12, and negative 2 plus 6, that's plus 4, minus 3. Grouping it the way I've underlined, we have 2x times 2x minus 1 plus 3 times 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1 is common, so 2x minus 1 multiplied with 2x plus 3. So the last part of the question, factorize completely. We'll have to write the question as the multiplication of all the factors. So in this case, this is 4x cubed minus bx square plus x minus c would be equal to, the first term is x plus 1, that's the first factor we found. The second factor we found was 2x minus 1. The last factor we found was 2x plus 3. So that's our final answer. We factorized the given expression completely and we figured out b is equal to negative 8 and c is equal to 3. Wonderful. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we have is question number 8. It says ax cubed plus 3x square minus 3 and 2x cubed minus 5x plus a when divided by x minus 4 leave the same remainder. Find the value of a. Okay, so fx is equal to ax cubed plus 3x square minus 3 and gx is equal to 2x cubed minus 5x plus a. These are basically two different polynomials. Now it is given that x minus 4. So using remainder theorem, x minus 4 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 4. Which means let's figure out the remainder when fx is divided by x is equal to 4, x minus 4, which means the remainder will be f of 4. When the x value of x is 4, whatever is the value the expression, that will be the remainder. So in this case, a times a multiplied with 4 cube plus 3 multiplied with 4 square minus 3, and that will be the remainder. So the remainder will be the value of the expression when x is equal to 4, that will be 4 cube, that's 64a, plus 4 square, that's 16 into 3, 48, minus 3, which means remainder is equal to 64 plus 45. That's our first equation. Right. Next, let's look at the value of the polynomial, which is gx, when the value of x is equal to 4. That will be 2 multiplied with 4 cube minus 5 multiplied with 4 plus a, and this will be equal to the remainder when the given polynomial is divided by x minus 4. So that's 2 into 4 cube, that's 64 into 2, that's 128 minus 20 plus a, and that's equal to the remainder. This is the remainder, which is 128 minus 20, that's 108 plus a. That's my second equation. Now since remainders are equal, therefore equate 1 and 2, because these two are remainders are equal. So what we get is 64, this was 64a, sorry, this was 64a plus 45. So 64a plus 45 is equal to 108 plus a. Let's group like terms together. 64a minus a is equal to 108 minus 45. This is 63a is equal to 63. Therefore, a is equal to 1. What do they want us to find? Find the value of a. The value of a is 1. Fairly simple. that brings me to the last question of this exercise that I do with you, which is question number 10. What should be subtracted from the given expression so that the resulting polynomial is completely divisible by y plus 3? Okay, let k be subtracted. So the polynomial that we get, which is f of x, is equal to, no, f of y in fact, because this is dependent on the variable here is y, my mistake. So f of y is equal to 3y cubed plus y square minus 22y plus 15 minus k. Since this is completely divisible, which means using factor theorem, we have y plus 3 is equal to 0, which means y is equal to negative 3. Now, since the remainder is, since it's a factor, which means the value of the expression when the value of y is negative 3 will be equal to 0. Let's put the value of y is equal to negative 0, or rather value of y is equal to negative 3. We get f of negative 3 is equal to 0, which is equal to 3 times negative 3 cube plus negative 3 square minus 22 into negative 3 plus 15 minus k, a very long term. Negative 3 cube, that's negative 27, multiplied with 3, that's negative 81, plus 9, negative 22 into negative 3, that's plus 66, plus 15 minus k will be equal to 0. Negative 18 minus, okay, negative 18, if I add these terms together, that's 66 plus 15, that's 81 plus 9, 90, that's negative 81 plus 90 minus k is equal to 0, which means 9 is equal to k, which means 9 should be subtracted from the given polynomial so that the resultant polynomial has y plus 3 as a factor. Perfect. That brings me to an end of this video and this exercise. I have marked some homework questions. Hope you like the video. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to write into me. Bye bye.